Hi guys, it's Thomas here from COTBase.com. Happy New Year to all of you. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas holiday. Today we're going to be analyzing the first commitments of traders report of 2024. And as usual, we're going to look at the largest changes in commercials net positions first. Then we're going to move on to COT Extreme analysis based on large speculators COT Extremes. And as always, I'm going to show you an example of the wonderful iCOT Intraday Indicator. Before we jump to the review, just a brief reminder for those who are new to COT analysis here at COTBase.com. You'll find a lot of educational and useful material explaining to you what the commitments of traders report is all about, what kind of setups there are, what kind of tools there are to analyze it. And of course, we have some very useful videos as well that can guide you through the analysis process. So back to the review, and starting off with our first market, which will be the Brazilian Real. You can see that it's on top of our list based on a 52-week look back period in commercials net positions. We are analyzing the classic COT report type. There are many COT report types, but the classic is the one that has the longest history. And we're analyzing futures and options data combined. So let's get started. Brazilian Real, 21% change on a 1-year time frame. That basically corresponds to 52 weeks, of course. You can see this latest change, which is definitely greater than average. We have seen greater changes in the past. Something similar to this happened back over here in October, which as you can see, the report was on this day. We received it roughly over here. We already had a rise, but it continued on. That was a successful bullish COT change signal. We had something similar over here and one over here. So you can see that these bullish changes come roughly in the vicinity of a bottom now. The only difference here is that we're actually in a bullish trend over here, at least from October. That's the case. We'll see what happens in the next couple of days. Moving to a 5-year chart, you can see that we had a bearish COT Extreme, and that's pretty much the case right now. However, as you can see, since March of 2022, that is the case. We're more or less in a bearish zone, many times without any serious reaction from the market. Not too exciting for me, at least. I'd probably just stick to the change signal if I'm trading the Brazilian Real. Next market, crude oil, the Brent crude to be specific, 20% change over here. Let's switch to the 1-year chart. Bit larger than average, nothing unusually interesting over here. It is bearish, suggesting some weakness in the next few days. Honestly, I wouldn't be putting too much emphasis on that data. Here we have an extreme, which is moving towards bearish levels. But then again, the market is coming down as well. So again, a market that I not necessarily choose based on COT analysis to trade. Lean hogs will be the next market with an 18% change in commercials net positions. Here we go. You can see that the change is definitely larger than average. However, we do see greater changes like that multiple times, and as you can see, we can definitely see that there's some level of correlation between these larger changes and the way the market reacts. It is a bullish change signal suggesting some strengthening in the next few days. A 5-year chart will show us that there is actually more of a bullish COT Extreme present in this market. However, you can see that the last bullish extreme was back over here in May 25, or I'd say the most bullish extreme, which was very successful, pushing the market higher. But as you can see, we are overall coming down. So that's the reason why we still have this bullish stress level in lean hogs. Moving on to large speculators COT Extreme analysis, we're going to see a bunch of these complexes. What complexes means is it's something unique to COTBase.com. Here we basically combine market categories. For instance, you see we have currencies here, energies, grains. So let's say in grains complex, we basically combine all the market COT data into one combined COT data. And then, of course, you can look at that and change the market itself, but the COT charts will remain this combined COT data information, which we believe is very useful to understand the overall market categories, COT extremeness, let's put it that way. So we're going to jump over those. That's something for subscribers. But soybeans is here on top of our list with a 200 report extreme in large speculators net positions. That's the exact same extreme that we can see in commercials. Now, that puts us over here back to 2020 February, which was, I'd say, a successful bullish COT extreme, even though we had to wait a bit for the market to really react to that signal. But we are witnessing this extreme, which is a bullish stress level suggesting strengthening in the medium to long term. This can mean a couple of months, possibly a year, before we reach that bottom in the market. It is a stress level that I'd say you should keep your eyes on. Moving to the gasoline market, where we have 152 report extreme. This is a bearish extreme, at least if we are looking at a 2-3 year time horizon. In this 5 years chart, we do see greater extremes, so it just means we could see this move further. But then again, the market itself, the price suggests that we have already seen this decline. Not necessarily the typical example. So usually bearish extremes are witnessed when there's a top in the market. But then again, as I've explained this to you many times in the past, the value in COT data is the fact that it's not derived from price. So it's an independent data, basically breaking down open interest into these main trader categories. So it's not a derivative of the price data itself, which gives its advantage in analyzing the markets. Last but not least is the dollar index, where, as you can see, we have, again, if we look at a 2-3 years period, but even on the 5 years, I'd say a more bullish picture. The 5 years suggests that hold your horses. December of 2020, we had a much greater extreme that can be reached. So we may see a continuation of the dollar index declining as the stress levels on the bullish side grow. So we'll see what happens, but it is an extreme, a bullish extreme already. Anybody trading, a currency pair like the euro US dollar, of course, can take that into consideration. And here we go. This is the wonderful iCOT Intraday Indicator, an indicator that we developed after many, many years of research. It basically brings COT analysis into the real time frames. And this is a 1 hour candlestick chart, just to kind of give you the median. But you can bring this down to the the 15 seconds. Not that I suggest that or say that's what it's designed for. However, it is a tool that is, I think, very well supplementing classic COT analysis. This is, by the way, a default setting. The only thing I'm interested in is all the signals. So iCOT Intraday Indicator, for those who are just new, you can check it out over here. We have a bunch of explanation and some wonderful example charts how this indicator can be used. So we have speculated, we have commercial. Now I should point out it's not data from CFTC, so it's just mimicking those characteristics. And we do get these wonderful signals, these yellow diamonds when they're under a candle representing a bullish extreme in the iCOT scores chart here. If it's above, then it's a bearish signal. And when the candlestick changes color, that actually comes from speculators, the green line. That is, again, an indication of an extreme level. Now, when they occur both at the same time, and it is confirmed by this balance line, which is basically the difference between the two, then we get these very strong vertical lines that we call stripe signals. Now, what you might not see on this chart is the after signal effect. that you can see here, basically giving you these buy and sell signals. What it does, it basically filters out. So for instance, here you can see we have these signals coming, but the sell signal comes when the market confirms the signal. So that gives its advantage, and you can really stay out of trades that wouldn't necessarily be successful. Not that all of these are going to be successful, as in the case of most indicators. Nothing's the holy grail, but even though you can see that it does actually catch a lot of great moves in the euro US dollar currency pair. And you can use this on any market. You can use it on stocks, you can use it on cryptos, you can use it on a lot of different markets. So that's going to be all for this review. Of course, don't forget, cotbase.com is a service based on the commitments of traders analysis. So that's all we do. We have came up with our own indicators, the iCOT Intraday Indicators, that can supplement your analysis. If you have any questions, always feel free to reach out to me at info@cotbase.com, or just leave a comment underneath the video. We're here to help you, and thank you for your attention. I hope you will have a wonderful weekend. See you next time.